From Kevin Costner wanting to cut his filming time short, the Postman actor is being accused of sexual assault. Here are all the hidden secrets about the Yellowstone cast that you definitely did not know. These skeletons are the blame for the show's ending. According to multiple sources, the second half of Season 5 is the last you'll see of the Dutton family on screen, excluding all the spin-offs, of course. But the problem is, we don't even know when the new episodes will be airing. Not something you'd expect for a show that topped 12.1 million viewers on the opening night of its 5th season. It's not like the numbers are dwindling or the network is looking to make budget cuts. So why are there curtains for Yellowstone? The skeletons, ladies and gentlemen, it's all because of the skeletons. According to the Post, it's the same old story. You've got a big-name star and an even bigger showrunner in the same room, and suddenly it's a battle of egos. Yellowstone helped further Kevin's career, and it seems like now that he's bagging Golden Globes, he wants to move on to bigger things. According to reports, the 68-year-old is focusing on his upcoming Western film franchise, Horizon, and that already caused problems during the shooting of the first half of Season 5. Back in February, Deadline reported that Costner wasn't exactly enthusiastic about shooting his scenes. He shortened his work on the first half. And now that the second half is around the corner, he wants to shorten his work to only a week. I guess he's got better places to be, huh? Kevin's attorney, Marty Singer, did jump to his defense, saying that the rumors were an absolute lie and that his client is incredibly passionate about the show. He also added that Kevin was all game about going back to work. Another Hollywood source also cleared that up for us. The same source also revealed that the American actor was prepared to shoot the new scenes last year, as well as earlier in January this year. The only problem was that there were no scripts to shoot. And so it's Taylor Sheridan, the director, who fans should be pointing their pitchforks at, because he's no saint. Sure, he had his big break with Hell or High Water, but Yellowstone actually helped him snag a seat at the big boys' table. And according to one Hollywood source, that's fueled his ego. He's been spreading himself across the board, taking on one project after another. Remember The Mayor of Kingstown, starring Jeremy Renner? Yeah, he wrote the entire first season for that. And then he worked on 1883 as well, the Yellowstone prequel series. Let's not forget his work on Tulsa King with Sylvester Stallone. He's also got another series of Western Bass Reeves lined up. That said, the part about how there were no scripts ready when Kevin made himself available seems more and more true. And Costner had other things lined up and schedules to stick to. So it's not like he could wait around for Taylor. Hollywood's not a place where you can keep yourself available while the producers get their act together with the scripts. And honestly speaking, none of this is news. Taylor and Costner have always been on opposite ends of things. Remember when Costner said he didn't enjoy filming for the show? This was back in 2019, when Yellowstone's frontman decided to sit down with IndieWire for an interview. The show had just wrapped its second season, and apparently Sheridan didn't exactly enjoy filming parts of the cowboy drama. No, it wasn't the horse riding or the uncomfortable costumes, or even the unbelievably rigorous shooting schedule. It was simply a matter of not seeing eye to eye with the way Sheridan was running things. Apparently, Kevin was left in the dark about Dutton's past and about where his character was headed emotionally. In his words, all of that was kept in a creative ball. I may not be an actor, but I know that it certainly makes the job harder. The Duttons didn't exactly lead a peaceful life on the ranch. John was always in the middle of melodramatic twists, and so it's completely understandable why Kevin would complain about something like this. Not to mention that before Yellowstone, Kevin used to work on feature films, where he got the entire script handed to him, allowing him to study the character's emotional journey in detail. But for every skeleton in Taylor's closet, you'll find 2 more in Kevin's. Did you know that the actor has been described as greedy, too? It seems like the success from Yellowstone really got around because, according to Screen Rant, when the show started bringing in money, Costner started asking for more as well. He started advising Sheridan on how to run things, which obviously didn't sit well with the TV producer. Add in the fact that the bodyguard actor was asking for bigger checks in return for doing promotional events and episodes, and it kind of makes sense how we landed here. While we're snooping around in Kevin's closet, did you know that he wasn't the easiest person to work with during the pandemic? I obviously contracted the virus while doing a promotional event for the show at the Calgary Stampede, but he couldn't work then. And word on the street is that he refused to extend the window for shooting after he got well, and left when the original window elapsed. On that note, Kevin's alleged ego has been a problem for other cast members as well. According to report, it kind of has, and the crew has been frustrated by his ego and his unavailability for a few years now. It kind of makes sense, considering that when Kevin refused to return to shoot his scenes, everyone had to reassemble months ago to film the scenes. Not only did that cost a lot of money, but it was just plain annoying for his co-stars. But for the sake of honesty, the problems with his co-stars sound all too believable. He got the same director fired from Waterworld and Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. And then there was that bit about him being an a-hole to Sam Raimi. There was also the time he picked a fight with Taylor very publicly on social media. It was Costner's assistant Glenn who fired the shot. In a since-deleted Instagram post directed at Sheridan, the young assistant wrote, "Stay in your lane, country boy. I'm actually embarrassed for you as a writer and creator." For context, she was taking a jab at the director for his show, Tulsa King. But before you start looking up her address on the internet, or Kevin's for that matter, other cast members on the show are not saints either. Did you know about Koryanka Kelcher's disability fraud charges? Back in July last year, the Angela Blue actress was accused of collecting a whopping $90,000 in disability benefits. She was charged with 2 felony accounts of workers' compensation. To put it simply, she was injured while working on the set of Dora and the Lost City of Gold. And then the New World actress told her doctor she couldn't work for a year because of the neck pain, forcing the insurance company to hand her money in compensation. But they discovered she worked on the set of Yellowstone during that period, and here we are. Now that the charges were dismissed in February this year, still, that doesn't erase the shock that's been following this controversy for almost a year. But she isn't the only actress stirring up trouble. Kelsey Asbell turned a lot of heads with her heritage controversy. Back in 2017, in an interview with the New York Times, the Teen Wolf actress identified herself as being of Cherokee descent. After the said interview, Sonny Skyhawk, a fellow producer, called up the Cherokee National's Tribal Enrollment Office to corroborate Kelsey's claim. And guess what? They had no record of the Monica actress. Of course, when the news became public, there was an outcry on social media, and Asbell never stepped up to clear the rumors. But you know who did? Sam Elliott, when he was slammed for xenophobia, misogyny, and homophobia. This was back in 2022 when the Gettysburg actor insulted Jane Campion's The Power of the Dog. He said, "What? Does this woman from down there, New Zealand, know about the American West?" Talking about the show, he said, "They're all running around in chaps and no shirts. There are all these allusions to homosexuality throughout the effing movie." But once the internet came knocking, it didn't take long for Sam to apologize, saying that he didn't articulate it very well. But hey, at least it's not sexual assault allegations. I'm talking about Kevin again. It all comes back to him. Back in 2006, the main lead was accused of performing an indecent act during his stay at a Scottish hotel. According to the former spa worker who filed the report, the actor exposed himself and carried out a sex act while she was giving him a massage at the Old Court Hotel in Fife. Obviously, no action was taken, and it ended up becoming a dispute between the hotel and an ex-employee. Say what you want, but all of these events damaged the show's popularity in one way or another. So, from Kevin being excused of sexual assault to the American actor wanting bigger things, these were all the hidden secrets that you didn't know about the Yellowstone cast.